Interesting move, Dike. Decipher this for us, sending Punjab.
It's pretty simple. At the death, they reckon Hardik Pandya is the best hitter of the cricket ball. And if especially a right-hander falls, it was between Surya and Hardik. And who's done it a lot more? Hardik Pandya. And hence he's there at the crease. They know what he can do. He's got great hand speed and he'll be looking to hit a six from next over almost every ball. But have a look at those strike rates. Everybody does quite well here.
Just wonder if Surya Kumar Yadav thinks he's in a stage in his career where he likes those 7 or 8 balls to get going. And you don't have 7 or 8 balls to get going from here. So who's quickest off the blocks? One hand, 2 hands on the catch. Jimmy Neesham is bowled. He's a low full toss. He's picked up another. They're picking up wickets. Are they picking them up too late, or is there a little comeback for New Zealand?
I know with that eye patch on. You just don't know, do you? That's the beauty of this game. 2 and an over. Someone else with ball in hand who's something dramatic as well in those final overs. Yeah, he's pumped as Jimmy Neesham. Good time to get another set batter out. Yeah, Ishan Kishan gone for 54 from 25. Another halcyon effort.
ঈদ লাগছে মনে বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন ম্যাচে প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে কামাইতেও হবে জমাইতেও হবে
জমাইতে তো পারি না
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা ক্লিক সুইচ নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে
Now Surya Kumar Yadav. Now has he taken it? This is an absolute stunner. Surya Kumar Yadav has played the ball in an area he loves playing. Rachin Ravindra was the one person on the ground who thought there was a wicket opportunity there. Suddenly, India have been rocked 3 wickets in an over. That's a brilliant catch. As much for completing it as for getting there. Surya Kumar Yadav is gone without scoring. 4 overs left. India 204 for 4 now.
শান্তি
প্রশান্তি ক্লিক ফ্যানের অ্যারোডাইনামিক ডিজাইনের অ্যালুমিনিয়াম ব্লেড ও ডাবল শিল্ডেড বল বেয়ারিং নিঃশব্দে বাতাস ছড়ায় পুরো ঘর জুড়ে ক্লিক ফ্যান প্রশান্তির হাওয়া ছড়িয়ে যাবে সবখানে
কি বুকে বাংলাদেশ আর হাতে বিদেশি এই যে হোয়াইট প্লাস প্রো সেনসিটিভ স্কয়ারে
আরএফএল ক্লাস 5 নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস
ঈদ লাগছে মনে বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা ক্লিক সুইচ নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে
ঝর্ণা
Well, dare to believe. That's the thing. Talking about getting 2 in an over, then you get 3. So it was certainly on for Sky to do this. There's the beauty of this venue compared to Wankhede, where Bethel got England very close, because the boundary size allows this sort of thing to happen. So much bigger in a pocket like that. Excellent.
It's a tricky feeling for a middle order batter at this stage, because it's easy to say just come and get going, but the fact that 3 wickets have fallen in 1 over, you're almost second guessing yourself. So probably we'll see Tilak Verma take a couple of balls. Hardik has already done that, so it's Hardik's turn to keep going when he gets his opportunity.
Oh, that might have gone straight through his hands. Just hope he's not hurt, Finn Allen. That was hit very, very hard. Another day, it might have been another wicket.
He's got a bit of taping on his hand as well, low to his left. It's not a good sign, but he's okay. He's still on the field, just walking to short fine leg, which tells you it's probably an old bruise that's flared up.
He should have got it, shouldn't he?
Every night of the week, Harsha, you'll be saying. Oh, it is. That's niggly. That did hit him on that bad thumb.
Immediately as a middle order batter, you need to think, what's a good score here? 240, 245, and then approach it with how many boundaries you need.
I'm just thinking down the track here, DK. Think about Finn Allen. You'll know about hand injuries. Just think that's strapped up massively, and then you've got to open the batting as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The adrenaline will help you to obviously get past the feeling of pain a little bit, but probably you'll have to take a painkiller as well.
In the middle of a storm, there's a little drought. Last 9 balls, only 4 runs and 3 wickets. Couple more runs, might go all the way. Now it's pulled back in. They've been good on the ground. New Zealand, they keep it down to 2.
It's amazing how this happens so often in 2020 cricket. All around the globe, and these guys are playing every calendar month. It is just outstanding when your guys are going hell for leather. The top 3 have got runs. All of a sudden, you lose 2 or 3 in an over, and the momentum shift happens. Doesn't mean you don't win the game or whatever, but it's just fascinating how often this happens. Often with the drink spray thrown in there.
In a game like this, Harsha, you'd rather have the quiet period very late in the game than very early. So I think India's obviously done so well to get to the position they are. 210 for 4 in 17 overs, just under it. They'd do anything to say okay to that.
I think if you said that at the toss, you'd take it every night of the week.
There's Rohit Sharma, MS Dhoni, Jay Shah. Rohit Sharma not having happy memories, I'm sure, of the same ground a couple of years ago, but he'd be so happy looking at this Indian team do this tonight.
India need a finishing kick though. They like the distance runner who runs out of steam. 2-1-1 for 4.
একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক। ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে, কামাইতেও হবে, জমাইতেও হবে।
জমাইতে তো পারি না।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো, সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান, শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান।
আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ, আমেরিকান ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ। ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
See how New Zealand have gone about things today. Have a look at this. Their slow ones, 14 balls they've bowled. 4 have been wide, so 14 of whatever's been bowled has gone for 42 runs. They've trusted their slow ones so much and they've gone a plenty. And when they actually have bowled on length, there's not too much that's happened in the new ball. They went too early to the slow balls tonight.
On a hat-trick, Jimmy Neesham. Can the runs stay down? New Zealand say 230. Can we keep them down to 230 maybe? Can they dream?
Have a look at that first over, Harsha. Brand new ball with a good upright seam. He's just hit length. And there's not much the batter has done there. But soon after, they've gone to slow ones so early and given it away in a platter to India. They're going to look at this and go, why did we do this?
Well, way too early too often, DK. But someone like Henry, such a good length. I'm saying about the 6-metre length and the test match length. Bowled the first one, should have bowled the third one. Backed themselves a bit. And what you said, courage or a bit of confidence to do that in a final situation with a new ball.
Hardik Pandya is not finding his rhythm here. He's batted 8 balls, just the 5, not a boundary yet. He knows boundary is the currency right now. At this stage of the game, he needs to go for as many boundaries as he can. And be rest assured, Tilak will be trying to hit a boundary every time he plays a ball as well. Maybe a pull shot or on the leg side is what I think it's going to be.
How about an off pole ripping out of the ground?
Tell you what, we've got two batters in there, both of whom the bat speed is there, but the timing isn't. I just wonder, they're trying to hit too hard, and India have got 213. It is in spite of some excellent ground fielding by New Zealand.
Again, a lovely catch, 2 great catches, and Tim Seifert's catch. I'm sure that'll go unnoticed a little bit. That was a very good attempt as well.
How can it, DK, with a keeper in the commentary box? How can it?
Gold.
Once again, he's called for 2 here. They'll get it quite easy. Surely not a 3. Do you know that 3s exist in the T20 game,
No,
Danny?
no, they've sold those. They've gone out of fashion. But why I was being a bit cheeky and facetious with that one, and I yelled out about just a little bit about knocking the off pole out. When you knew he's probably going to bowl a slower one. But I just think he bowls a good Yorker, does Nisham. He gets a good Yorker, and he bowls a scrambled single to get it in the block hole. Very adept at it, very good at it. Now that we've moved into that stage of the final overs.
They're dragging it back, New Zealand. There's a fielder there. No, he almost got there. A boundary after 16 balls, and it almost wasn't, because there's a man called Glenn Phillips who doesn't believe there's a ball there that he cannot get to.
The moment he hit it, he thought he was gone for all money. That's because this man on screen almost got to it. Hardik Pandya has looked to probably hit the ball so hard and into Sabarmati River. At times he's losing shape here. Being supported.
The phone booth there. He jumped into it, threw on his suit, and got the cape out to Phillips. Nearly.
He's normally a fantastic timer of the ball. Eight of this Nisham over. Finds the fielder again. All of a sudden they're about 15 on the ground. 9 off at 2:20 for 4 with 2 to play.
ইফতার থেকে সেহেরিতে কোটি কোটি প্রাণ আজ আস্থার ভালোবাসায় মেতেছে ফ্রুটোময় স্বাদে।
ক্লিক লাইটে আলো বেশি।
ক্লিক লাইটের প্রতি ওয়াটে সঠিক লুমেন দেয় সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো। সম্পূর্ণ ফ্লিকার ফ্রি হওয়ায় চোখের জন্য ভালো। ক্লিক এলইডি, সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না। আরএফএল ছাড়া
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
বাবা, এত এনার্জি কই পাও?
এই পাওয়ার চুমুকে অ্যাকশন।
You can spray it on the grip or on the palms of your hands. Either ways you could go, but it definitely does help.
Why would you even ask, Danny? Now, has it worked? It has. Whatever it was that he needed, he's gripped that bat well enough.
You ask Hardik Pandya and he'll tell you he probably didn't time it as well as he would have liked. The inner half of the bat just about carrying. Hardik hasn't still got his rhythm tonight. And when he gets it, we know what he can do. The question is, can he?
He's 18 of 12. Now we've got a man coming in from deep point. So you've got deep mid-wicket, deep backward square, long gone. And then 2 out on the off. Straight up. This should be taken. Inside the circle. And it's taken. One more goes down for India. It wasn't to be today for Hardik. He looked a little lost. He looked like he was playing a part in a play he hadn't rehearsed.
Yeah, well said, Harsh. He did come out early. Skipper said, yeah, you can go in at 4. Kudos to the Kiwis coming back after Neesham's heroics and 3 wickets and 1 over. Really has halted proceedings. They were looking at 260 odd down the barrel. With Hardik out of here, he's gobbled up 13 balls for 18. He's out of here then.
চলে গেছে মানে আবার বললেন কি হইব আরে মা বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে
কি ভাই লোকাল ওয়াইফাই ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই মানেই এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে কামাইতেও হবে জমাইতেও হবে
জমাইতে তো পারি না
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ ছবির মতো সুন্দর আরএফএল বাথরুম ফিটিংস অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী
25 বছর উদযাপনে 200 গ্রাম রাঁধুনি হলুদ ও মরিচের গুঁড়ায় 25 টাকা ছাড় এত বছরের আস্থার বিনিময়ে এতটুকু ধন্যবাদ তো আমরা দিতেই পারি
Henry's got a wicket now. 1 for 44. Shivam Dube in strike.
Just a night when Hardik Pandya just couldn't get going. The slow bumper has been a nemesis for him. This one bouncing on him a bit too much, and he's looking to hit it over long off, almost an impossible shot. But must say, the slow balls that didn't work with the newer ball is definitely working in the last 5 overs. They've bowled plenty of slow ones, 7 to be precise, and every one of them haven't gone for a boundary, which tells you that the slow ball, when the ball is old, seems to be working much better.
And another. 8 of this over.
Matt Henry is someone who loves his slow bounces at the death. Bowls it 42% of the time.
Still just a single. New Zealand are knocking on the door, but as the horse bolted.
You never know, Harsha. India got 256 or 254, if I'm right, last game.
Now, how many of these languages does DK speak? All the languages that this World Cup is being beamed out into. One more in the air, but this will fall short. And they'll come back for 2. Stroke play not easy now. 11 of the over though, with 1 left. India 231 for 5.
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা ক্লিক সুইচ নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে
আরএফএল ক্লাস 5 নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস
ঈদ লাগছে মনে বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়
না দেখে ঠকবেন না আরএফএল ছাড়া
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন চিলক্স প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়
Alan made 100 of 33 balls. And it begs the question again to the two of you. How much is ever enough?
It's an interesting ground, this, because of the short, the bigger side boundary. The slow bouncers generally tend to work very well. I remember in the IPL finals as well, plenty of that was used, and that was very effective. It seems to have worked today as well. But that seems to be working much better when the ball is slightly scruffed up. comes on much slower to the batter. Shivam Dube will be ready to try and pump it on the leg side.
Last over coming up. Jimmy Neesham, 3 for 22 of 3. Round the wicket. Dube goes high but not long enough. But he was never there. Oh, it might be 4. It is. He was searching for it. It tells you how good the Akshar Patel catch was the other day. This was as tough, if not tougher.
Well, he's got long on, as Neesham. He hasn't got long off. That's the skipper who had to backpedal and had a lot of real estate to get to. Put a fingernail on it and then watch this pop up. Ooh, just above the right eye. And add a bit of insult. It does go into the fence, but what a great effort from the captain. But now, Neesham, he's under the pump a little. First one goes for 4. And both you gentlemen left and right of me saying at 240 odd, can India breach 250 in this final over?
Long off is still in. Inside the circle at mid-off. This is huge from Shivam Dube in his hitting arc. He's got a lovely bat swing that picks it up from wherever and deposits it to deep mid-wicket.
A small little cameo from Shivam Dube yet again when others weren't able to get boundaries. 2 on the bounce already. You had to bowl the slower bumper or the slower one much fuller. This one on length. Shivam Dube just used his height and brilliant bat swing to good advantage. Going high over mid-wicket. India going past 240.
He's a monster hitter, this man. How many fielders can you put on? Long off is going out. Point is coming in. He doesn't play too many square behind square. His hitting arc is straight down the ground.
This is dangerous. It really is for a right armour coming round to the lefty.
6 more. As good a shot as any you will see.
Absolutely classic. Over extra cover with wings on. It has just sailed away effortlessly from the big guy.
Just have a look at his balance here. He hasn't looked to overhit it. Good stable base, simple flow, just going through the line of the ball, and that's what's good death hitting. Not losing shape, trying to hit it too hard. Lovely batting by Shivam Dube. Under pressure, when you're nervous, it's so hard to do this. Credit to him. He's done it nicely so far.
This Indian team is a batting juggernaut.
That backdrop. Look at it. It's a sea of blue. With a speckle of white.
Daryl Mitchell and Jimmy Neesham having a chat, mainly to break the pattern, not giving it away in a jiffy, just taking time in between deliveries.
It's the highest T20 score at this ground now. One bounce, 4 more. It's just a question at the moment of Shivam Dube saying, what part of the ground do I fancy? And 250 comes up. Once again for the 3rd time by India in this tournament.
There are good-looking players and then there are effective players. Shivam Dube, definitely the latter. And how effective has he been for Team India in this World Cup? Every time he's walked out to bat, no matter what the situation, he's adapted and got the job done. Yet again, on a big night in the finals, he's taking India past 250. 22 of just the 6 so far, and a bit to come, I would think.
Well, they're just making it look so easy. Still 2 deliveries to go. 20 off, folks. Neesham, a little rattled to say the least. Yeah, they slowed the game down, had a discussion. But now he's going to go back over. Just shows you the tension.
2 balls left. He's 22 of 6. Tilak Varma wanted the single. He's a mean hitter himself, Tilak Varma. Dube says, it's mine. I'll take the last ball.
Well, what's the replay there? 4, 6, 6, 4. This is the first one. Santner missing that. Next 2 beautiful shots. One that was bludgeoned, and the next one an artistic shot over covers. And this probably the easiest of the lot. The last ball was probably in his blind spot, Harsha. He didn't see that much, and that's such a tough area for a left-hander to hit.
Fine legs inside the circle, but the man out on the boundary, that square leg. Last ball of the innings. India got a gigantic total on the board. It might be more, it'll be 4 more, and India finished 255.
juggernaut. It is simply outstanding batting. Slower ball, hits it over the top. Can do no wrong. Look at that. 4-6-6-4 dot and a 4 to finish. 24 off the last one. Take a bow, Team India.
It's the kind of score that if it is chased down, you've got the best final in the history of T20 cricket. Third highest total in a T20 World Cup now. It's a staggering performance. Just wonder what he's thinking about going in there. He won the toss, he put the opposition in. He's now got to live with the fact that that decision has produced 255. India just seemed to be struggling a little bit early on, making those 170s, 180s. And then once it all fell in place, this batting juggernaut has taken India, powered India past 250 every time. You look at the bowling figures, some very good bowlers in that New Zealand side, and they've all travelled. New Zealand have no choice but to go from ball one. They'll probably give themselves a couple of minutes to sit in there to contemplate what's happened and then tell Allen and Seifert, come on, go and do what these batters did. Sanju Samson, 89 of 46, beautifully crafted innings. Abhishek Sharma, 52 of 21, his way of saying thank you to a team management that never stopped believing. Ishan Kishan has been such a star performer for India, 54 of 25. Then that little stumble for India. Hardik Pandya, Surya Kumar Yadav. And then that finishing kick from Shivam Dube. Matt Henry's a fine bowler, 1 for 49. Lockie Ferguson, 2 overs, none for 48. Jacob Duffy, 3 overs, none for 42. It was only Santner, 4 overs for 33, was able to keep them back. Nisham to some extent, until that huge last over where he was bludgeoned for 24. So 255 for 5. Let's go down and see what New Zealand think about it. Simon Dool with Matt Henry.
Matt, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I know these ones aren't easy. Just your initial thoughts on that?
Yeah, obviously that's tough. Obviously we would like to keep them to probably under 240 there, but I mean, we've still got the firepower and the belief in this shed. So I think for us, the way we start, hopefully we can get a good read of the wicket and put them under some pressure.
We saw you go to quite a lot of slower balls early on. Was that a bit of a plan?
Yeah, obviously with the way they like pace coming onto the ball, the plan was obviously to take a bit of pace away from them, and obviously they combated that pretty well. And probably for us it's a little disappointing, but the way we could manage to squeeze it back from there in that middle phase, we gave ourselves a fighting chance there. And at the end of the day, we're not out of this. We believe in that.
What do you think your batters have picked up from how they played?
Yeah, well, I think if you look at the way they started, they actually got a read of the wicket, and then from there they actually looked to accelerate and put us under a lot of pressure. So obviously it didn't look like when you're coming up from ball one, give yourself a couple balls, but yeah, for us, frustrating one, but I think we still back our boys to get this done.
All right, I really appreciate your time. Good luck if you have to get the pads on.
Yeah, hopefully not. Something special from up top.
It's good to see that he can keep his sense of humour there, Matt Henry. But look at that middle phase. You call it accelerate. That's where New Zealand did a bit of running, 20 for 3. And even in those last 3 overs, it was a 24-run last over that took India to 255. But see what came before that power play, Danny. That was it.
Yeah, it was extraordinary, wasn't it? 92 without loss. Man, that is just fireworks galore. You think about the highest team totals going around in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. And through the years, down through them, India, look at that, recently. Talk about being in form right when you need to be. Amazing.
So many of those in 2026. As this tournament has gone along, the runs have just started, the seeds are germinating, and the runs just all over. Right, so there you are, 255 for 5, 256 to get. We've got to look at what England did and say, right, if we can get a move on early, then who knows where we end up? Allen and Seifert. In this break, we've got something that the New Zealand batters would like to do, light up the stadium. It's a lovely blue glow that's settled across this Narendra Modi Stadium at the moment. What's the thought in the change room, Danny? They've got to believe, though.
Yeah, as the words of Matt Henry just chatting there with Simon Dill, you do have the belief, given what happened against South Africa in a chasing situation as well. May not be quite as explosive from one player, but hey, look what happened in the top order, just seen from India. It's a team game, and the first three was simply outstanding. The form of the turnaround of Abhishek Sharma, particular, and another 89 from Sanju Samson, just carrying on his merry way.
If they want inspiration, Danny, they can look at what happened in the first semi-final in Kolkata, where they got 173 in 12.5 overs, say 13 overs. 7 overs to go, another 70 runs. So they say Finn Allen gets going, Seifert gets going. But they've got a budget for 4 overs of Jasprit Bumrah, who's been the magician in this tournament. My eyes will be on Varun Chakravarti to see if he's got his confidence back. The team has stood by him, much like it did with Abhishek Sharma. Watch out for his lengths. Can he bowl those fuller lengths that over the years have got him wickets? I just hope too that that little injury he went off the field with hasn't upset Finn Allen too much.
Yeah, it was a heavily strapped hand, isn't it? And it's smashed into his thumb area, or the back end of it, where there would have been some bruising. So, yeah, may have had an injection, pain-killing scenario. Hopefully he can get his act together.
There are question marks for Abhishek Sharma. A lot of talk about whether or not he should be in the side. Started, dare I say, for someone who made 52 of 21, just a touch tentatively, but such is his ability, such is his firepower, that once he gets going, it's very, very difficult to stop him. 52 of 21 balls, and at the other end, someone playing an innings of great maturity, explosive and yet calm when needed.
Yeah, he really has matured and taken this opportunity to play for India in a World Cup, his first go at it. 89 versus England, and now 89 versus New Zealand in the finale. Superb.
So our laser show begins. So a little bit of entertainment in between innings, if there wasn't enough entertainment with the bat already. And who knows what lies in store. Can New Zealand come and provide entertainment with the bat? Will the Indian bowlers say thank you to the batters? Thank you for giving us 255. We'll We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll just show you the enormity of what lies ahead for New Zealand. They need to recreate what they did against South Africa at the Eden Gardens. Can they do it? Will India's bowling be too much? 256 to chase when we come back. The final of an ICC World event. India bossing the power play. Brings up his half century in a World Cup final. Oh, excellent.
And he's done it at home. The crowd are loving the power. Forming in the final with a half century.
Samson's excellent innings is over.
আমরা অস্ত্র দিয়ে আমরা গুলি করে মারবে আতঙ্ক হলে আমরা এই ব্যবসাটা করি।
অন্ধকার যখন গিলে খায় তারুণ্যকে, এই বিষাক্ত ছোবল থেকে মুক্তির পথ কি?
এই এলাকার লোকজন মাদকের ব্যবসা করছে এবং সারা বাংলাদেশে ছড়িয়ে দিচ্ছে।
বাদ দিতে গেলে আরো বেশি জড়াই পড়ছি।
শুধু আসক্তি নাকি বড় কোনো সিন্ডিকেট?
আমাদের কুবাই আমরা বিচার পাই না।
আমরা খুঁজবো সেই উত্তর।
এই সকল পণ্য এই দিনের বেলায় দেশের ভিতর প্রবেশ করছে।
ইস্ট ওয়েস্ট মিডিয়া গ্রুপ এই প্রথম মাদক সন্ত্রাস নির্মূলে নির্মাণ করেছে মাদক সন্ত্রাসের শেষ কোথায়।
ওদিকে একটা মানুষ ছিল, ও দিয়েছে।
তোমরা ওদিকে গেছিলা কেন?
খেলতে।
সম্প্রচারিত হচ্ছে প্রতি শুক্রবার রাত 9টায় নিউজ 24-এ।
11 বছরের পুরনো স্মৃতি পাকিস্তানকে ওয়ানডে সিরিজে ধবল ধোলায়। হোম অফ ক্রিকেটে আবারও কি ফিরবে 2015? প্রিয় ফরম্যাটে আবারও কি গর্জে উঠবে মিরপুরের গ্যালারি? 11, 13 ও 15 মার্চ ডে নাইট এনকাউন্টার দুপুর 2টা 15 থেকে টি স্পোর্টসে।
We are set to continue the grand final of this ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup 2026, the final here in Ahmedabad, largest cricket stadium in the world, and it's a full house for India versus New Zealand. The entertainment has been rich with the power hitters on show. A target of 256, a record target, stands ahead of New Zealand, and they have some power. India was superb. There was a little period between overs 15 to 18, I think, when New Zealand looked to pull things back, courtesy Jimmy Neesham and 3 wickets in the over. But Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, Shivam Dube with the finishing touches, Abhishek Sharma with his first real tempoed score, high tempo score of the tournament, 52 in 21. India compiled a magnificent 255 for 5. Jimmy Neesham stands out there with 3 wickets. His last over went for a few. It sort of discolored the figures. A touch, a wicket for Rachin Ravindra, and 1 for Henry. An awesome sight in a T20 World Cup, where it has been the most successful in terms of fans coming through to watch the tournament live. Over 1 million have participated in the experience at the stadium. Dinesh Karthik and Simon Dool here with me. The culmination here with India having done so well, but New Zealand have power. Finn Allen and Tim Seifert in particular showed us that in the semis.
Evening, Bish. Yeah, they did, but they're going to have to do the same as they did against South Africa. 170 in 12 and a half overs. This is the power of these two. They hit the ball in similar areas, matching each other here, but in a slightly different vein. Finn Allen stays a lot taller. Tim Seifert crouches, gets down, hits the ball square of the wicket a little more often, you would think, but they've both got power. Boy, if New Zealand ever needed them, tonight is the night. It's such a daunting task. It really is, and nobody expects that they can chase this down, but they won't be thinking that. That is the key. They will not be thinking that in that dressing room, and those 2 openers coming out to bat won't be thinking that. Everybody else in the stadium, probably most of us up here, think that it will be a very, very difficult ask. 12.5 overs, 173 for 1. They need to match that. DK.
Good evening, Surrey and Bishop and Dooley. In a way, when you're chasing down a total as massive as this, you almost become unhinged in your mindset. You just say, all right, there's not much to lose. Let me just go and give it a proper crack. And stranger things have happened in life, as we all know. And Seifert and Allen and the whole of New Zealand will be wishing for something magic to unfold. But the fact is that out of the 79 times that teams have scored 250 plus, only 4 has been ever chased down. So they are in many ways against what stats tell you. But if at all New Zealand have a chance, it's these 2 men on the screen that you see, Allen and Seifert. They need to come, and don't be surprised if both are knocked over in the power play, because they're going to go hard every ball that they see, and that could pretty much mean the end of it. But if they get going, they get past those 5-6 overs, and I can promise you we have a blockbuster finals on record. India has a cheat code in the name of Jasprit Bumrah. Bailed them out against England as always, but Arshdeep and Hardik have been quite good with the new ball. We saw Hardik early on knocking over Phil Salt with some swing. Arshdeep, as always, very consistent with the new ball, will get the ball to move both ways. There's so much for India and its fans to look forward to, but that man, Mr. Jasprit Bumrah, well, he is a cheat code. If ever New Zealand want to get past him, he is the first big barrier that they need to get past. Varun still, in spite of all the theatrics and noise around how he's had an ordinary World Cup since the Super 8, the highest wicket taker yet.
And for New Zealand, they want Bumrah to bowl as early as possible. They want to force the hand of Suryakumar Yadav. If they can get on top of Arshdeep and Hardik in the first and second over, they want Bumrah to have to bowl as early as possible. They want the skipper to say, I need you to come in early. And what was so brilliant about that England game from Bumrah's point of view was he was able to be held back till late in the piece, and then was a game changer. Said it many times, and I'm not sure Ian Bishop's going to disagree with what we said prior to the match, DK. He is the best white ball bowler, quick bowler in world cricket, hands down. There is not a comparison to Jasprit Bumrah at the moment. So New Zealand need to force the hand of Suryakumar Yadav and make him bowl Bumrah early.
Hoping that if he does bowl early, that he doesn't get wickets, because the danger with someone that good is if they come on early, they can put their fingerprint on the game. But it may be too quick a turnover, but New Zealand will remember that England came within 2 hits of chasing 253, within 2 hits at the Wankhede. And that is the positive mindset that they have to take against this Indian team. India don't want to just leave it as a bowler, as a part of a pack myself. You don't want to leave it only to this guy. the other guys have to pull their finger out and say, we want to make an impact as well. It's not just going to happen. Hardik has been good. I think he hasn't necessarily received enough credit with the ball.
Oh yes, absolutely, Bish. I think he's been someone who's been effective with the new ball, and at times when they needed him at the death, he's bowled on over or two, picked up wickets there as well. Tim Seifert and Finn Allen, you've got to say the New Zealand hopes pretty much hang on how long they can bat. As a pair, if they can bat together, nothing like it. But if one of them goes on to make a massive score, that's when New Zealand really stand a good chance. He's propelled himself to the top 10 in terms of batting, and you can see innovation always comes to him quite nicely. What he's really improved on is his range hitting as well. Someone who likes to take his left leg outside the line of the ball and tonk it down the ground, especially over mid-wicket. The pick-up pull, as they say.
Very important to be on your toes as a fielding unit. Jasprit Bumrah is at that short third position. There is a slip, rightly so. But even in that last game, Finn Allen and Tim Seifert ran the ball or nicked the ball to and away from that short third area. You want a really good fielder there in case it happens again.
It's that get off strike, it's that get off the mark type. It's where you want the good delivery to go. To save the dot ball, that's where you want your good delivery in that area. Boundary right is quite wide. Down at third, and Bumrah quite tight.
New Zealand supporters will be hoping that was the calm before the storm of Seifert and Finn Allen. Is there any swing for Arshdeep Singh? Little bit of curve in the air, little bit.
It's interesting when you bowl to someone like Tim Seifert, because almost always the LBW is out of the picture. He always keeps his left leg just around leg stump, if not outside of it. So you still need to keep the stumps in play, because if you try and go outside off stump, that's where he's good. He can swing his arms. You have one mode of dismissal, which is the bowl or probably a nick. But you need to encourage yourself to bowl slightly fuller and keep it on the stumps to him.
Fascinated to see how consistent the seamers are with that length, because we talked about New Zealand not necessarily hitting the good length in the power play often enough. That's the one that goes the other way, different from the first ball.
Very true, Bish. You can see straight away Arshdeep not wanting to be predictable. Got the first one coming back in, the next one going away. I thought New Zealand bowled to what they thought India can do instead of reacting to what they are seeing India do in the moment with the new ball.
Swing there again, just mixing up the each way movement through the air.
It's quality because he's on target. First three deliveries. First one was honed in at the stumps. That away swinger to the right hand of the second ball. Completely different seam position. And this one here, just knowing that Seifert likes to get leg side, as DK has already mentioned, moves that front leg, so no danger of being a wide. Just looking out the window, I wonder whether there will be an early indication of Bumrah warming up, whether they just give him the second over.
I'd be very surprised, Tony. Hardik bowled quite well in the England game, so I'd like to think Hardik will be bowling the second over. Hardik at mid-on needs to be ready now because Finn Allen is good there. That's his preferred area. He likes to go over mid-on, and Hardik is such a good fielder. He should be thinking about fielding right now, not so much his bowling, which he would be doing a bit later. Arshdeep definitely started to bowl. Varun and Bumrah will be bowling later on. It's an important role for Varun Chakravarti to bowl through the middle as well.
High. It is a chance. It is a big chance. And it is dropped by Shivam Dube. Not a sound outside in the stadium.
India's had their issues with catching. The only anomaly to this was the England game where they fielded absolutely brilliantly, especially Akshar Patel. But this one, Shivam Dube, you always felt that a lot was going to happen in the power play. Not the easiest of catches. I don't even think he got much of a hand to it. Lucky it didn't get any part of his face. Completely losing balance there. Surya Kumar doing the best that he can to cheer him up.
15 drop by India in the tournament, the most by any team. Four without loss.
ইজি পাইপ আমেরিকান ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে কামাইতেও হবে জমাইতেও হবে
জমাইতে তো পারি না
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অনঅফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক। ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
Opportunity to get that done in between innings, which you would normally get done.
Just in his defence, Bishan Dooley. In Ahmedabad, catching can be hard because of the ring of lights. It's never easy.
In the air. And just short, I was about to say there's a deep backward square and a long on for Finn Allen. I think when we saw the slow motion of the missed opportunity, not this one, Dube almost closed his hands before the ball arrived at him.
Going early for the lap sweep here, Bish. He's just watching the gaps. He's looking for the boundaries and not so much the sixes, especially when the ball is swinging. A very similar field for Seifert, but they have long off rather than long on.
That should travel all the way and drop beyond the boundary. Won't be the last opportunity beyond the boundary tonight, I don't think.
It's further indication of how good this surface is. It's just sliding on nicely. Not a half volley, but talk about how Seifert clears that front leg. The ability to hit the ball on the up over that long on mid-wicket region.
I don't think India should get discouraged by that shot because the ball is swinging and there's always a chance of a top edge or a mistimed shot. A small change in the field, long off goes to long on. A very similar field employed to Finn as well.
He's one of those players that can score all around the park, like Finn Allen as well. So this is a very difficult opening combination to bowl to when they're on sound.
Swung again. He's had to get a long way outside the line of off stump, hence falling over afterwards. It's a shot he played well, both Finn Allen and Seifert, against South Africa in that semi-final.
Just to inform you that Shivam Dube has left the field. Rinku Singh is down at long on.
Good thinking from Hardik Pandya. The last couple of outswingers, they had a pretty strong response to it. So he's gone for the in swing here. And in the channel, Tim Seifert strikes at 214. Tells you pretty much why he's one of the highest run getters in this tournament. Where most batters go quiet, he seems to find a way to attack that. The lap scoop coming in this one. A lot of young boys and girls watching. That's a tough shot. Be careful when you practice it.
That's 4. And so the range hitting, it seems, a shot a ball. And you have to when you're chasing over 250.
Hardik Pandya needs to rethink his plan. The in-swing is working quite well. Yet again going to the outswinger and just hit on the up. The flat bat swing coming through quite nicely here.
The backward square's gone finer. After that little scoop shot earlier in the over, he's going even finer now. That was the in-swinger, and it has gone to the boundary again. Expensive over, 21 off it, 25 for none.
হালিম, দোকান থাকতে বাসায়? দোকানের হালিমে কি আমার বাসার মতো বিশুদ্ধ তেল আর ভালো মাংস থাকবে? প্রশ্নই আসে না।
সবচেয়ে স্বাস্থ্যকর হালিম রাধুনী হালিম,
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ।
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অনঅফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না, আরএফএল ছাড়া
কিনবেন না।
এসডব্লিউআর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
A good move by Surya Kumar, bringing in the left arm spinner who will be targeting on the stumps. You need to bowl slightly flatter and quicker because he stays so much of the back foot. Don't give him too much time to work with, is what Akshar Patel will be thinking. You will get your opportunities because he'll be looking to hit a 6 as quickly as possible. Flatter onto middle leg. Don't give him any room to work with.
Long off and deep mid-wicket. And there is that deep mid-wicket.
Seifert will... a couple of options for him. He can sit back and play in a similar area or over the head of mid-on up in the circle, or he get across to the offside and look to go squarer with a sweep or a slog sweep.
If you're a bowler, Bish, at this stage, I reckon, especially as a left-arm spinner, when you're bowling to someone like Finn Allen, what you don't want to be giving is too much to score off the back foot. If he steps out to you, if you place the reverse sweep or the sweep, you're accepting it because that's playing against what he usually does. But if he hits you off the back foot, that's when you need to think. And as we see in the bottom of your screen, you can see mid-on going to mid-off and long-on being there. Good change, but didn't work. Long-on couldn't cut that off. This is the kind of shot you want to try and avoid, but this is an extraordinary shot. He didn't give him too much time, but still found a way by Finn Allen going straight down the ground.
Spot on, DK, and what you talk about. You allow him to get back and use those big long levers. He stays nice and tall and still ability to hit the ball straight. Now, that man is straighter. He can look to go a little squarer. Change of bat. I think that one got right on the toe end. Might have cracked it a little.
So Hardik Pandya changed the bat as well. He got a 6 but didn't get much more after that.
Down to long on and taken. So a wicket in Akshar Patel's first over, and the change of bowling and change of pace has worked.
That's outstanding tactical effort from Team India there. Akshar Patel being brought in early, midland leg, flatter, quicker, smash straight to long on, and it wasn't the normal long on, it was much wider. Tilak Verma takes a very good catch under pressure. Finn Allen for the second time giving India an opportunity, but this time India takes it. wicket this. Finn Allen is the one who could have made a massive difference, but he goes. Just the 9. India strike, 31 for 1.
হালিম কে আনলো?
আনিনি, বানিয়েছে। ভালো হলে আমি, খারাপ হলে ভাইয়া।
দারুণ হয়েছে।
সবচেয়ে সহজে সবচেয়ে সুস্বাদু হালিম, রাঁধুনি হালিম।
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে, কামাইতেও হবে, জমাইতেও হবে।
জমাইতে তো পারে না।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো, সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান, শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান।
ক্লিক লাইটে আলো বেশি।
ক্লিক লাইটের প্রতি ওয়াটে সঠিক লুমেন দেয় সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো, সম্পূর্ণ ফ্লিকার ফ্রি হওয়ায় চোখের জন্য ভালো। ক্লিক এলইডি, সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অনঅফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
Long on in place. Singh does well, just one. It's the 4th time this tournament that Finn Allen has fallen. Spin.
And he only played one of the T20 games against India, the last one at Trivandrum in the bilateral series leading up to the T20 World Cup. He was dismissed in exactly that fashion. Akshar Patel caught at long on.
Very good over from Akshar Patel, 32 for 1.
রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন, পিৎজা বার, ব্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
ড্রিঙ্কও এখন রিয়েল ফ্রুট পাল্প ও নাটা চেরি সহ নতুন প্যাকে নতুন স্বাদে।
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে, কামাইতেও হবে, জমাইতেও হবে।
জমাইতে তো পারে না।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো, সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান, শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান।
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ।
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ,
আমেরিকান এএসটিএম স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ, ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
Slip in place. Deep backward point and deep square leg. India, it's a chance here as well. It is a chance, and it is taken. Jasprit Bumrah gets a wicket first ball again as he did in the semi-final. The magician does it.
Well, he's gone to slower ball again, the same as he did in that semi-final. First up, deception. You're sitting there, you're waiting for pace. You're waiting for 140 plus. And that's why he is a genius. So good. Pace off, Ravindra straight underneath it. And this is a brilliant catch from Ishan Kishan. Charging in, wasn't quite there, had to dive forward, bounces up, holds on to it, even though his hat was over his eyes, he couldn't see a thing. Just felt for it, knew where it was, took it. Bumrah strikes early. New Zealand have lost 2. Ravindra goes very quickly tonight. Out for the 1, and New Zealand 32 for 2.
রমজানে সুপার ক্যাশব্যাক অফারে খুশি ছড়াবে পুরো পরিবারে। এখন 1599 টাকা রিচার্জে 551 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক এবং 499 টাকা রিচার্জে 151 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক।
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিন ট্যাব। ফিটিংস শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ।
Jasprit Bumrah is now India's highest wicket taker in T20 World Cups, goes past Arshdeep Singh.
Have a look at this catch. Mind you, please remember, he is a wicket keeper who's not wearing the gloves. That makes it that much more special.
Didn't take you long, DK.
My goodness. That's a good catch. Just almost popped out.
What is your problem with wicket keepers, Mr. Bishop? Tell me. How tough is that catch? He's a keeper. The way he's coming, running in.
My gosh, it's a good catch.
Off air, you said something very differently.
Goes on in the combox, stays in the combox, DK.
No praise is high enough for Jasprit Bumrah. Well elude them. And it's the feel for that slower ball. A number of bowlers around the world will tell you when they feel a batter is going to go hard at you, they'll take pace off it. Harry Brook was one such that you know that first ball he's going to tail out, go hard at you in a run chase like that.
After having played him quite a bit, Bish, I just feel it's one thing to know that he can bowl a slow one, another one when you can expect it, and then still play an attacking shot to it. That's what makes it so special. In Harry Brooks and Rachin's case, probably they didn't know it was coming. But even if you know, it's so hard to get under.
You think a lot of batters expected first ball of a new ball spell. This was Harry Brook, and this was the catch. We can refer to it now as the catch. He's got hands like a barrel, Axar Patel.
And so far he's bowled 4 deliveries in this game. 3 have been slow ones, 1 slower bumper. He's just thinking, he's finding variations within the slow one and then executing it so consistently. Just going to say it could be a Yorker. Here is a man who we are watching, and I think we are privileged to watch, who's at the peak of his powers. It's literally someone who's thinking what he wants to be doing, executing it on point, and in the biggest stage in the world, the World Cup, in a semi-final, when the game is on the line, 16th over, 18th over, going immensely under what is required. England were requiring around 14, 15. He's going at 6 and 8 in those overs and just making it easier for the next bowler to come through. And to do it time and time and again is what makes him so special.
There will come a time when Father Time catches up, so I hope you appreciate him. 36 for 2.
এসডব্লিউর পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়
না দেখে ঠকবেন না আরএফএল ছাড়া
এসডব্লিউর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক। ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। আরএফএল বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
উৎসবে ভালোবাসা
That's easy for Tim Seifert, and that goes a long way back, a long way back.
It's a little bit more here. Patel sets up nicely. He knows it straight away. It's just a touch too short. Player the quality of Seifert.
The thing we remember about England is they'll have to keep coming, and they bat deep. England kept coming. They don't have a choice. This is the final.
And also this pitch is not as good as that Mumbai pitch, and the size is slightly bigger on the sides as well. Because as the ball gets older, we saw the slower ones really sticking in, and it's not that easy. So there are going to be challenges for New Zealand, and you don't expect a World Cup to come easy to you. So we should expect New Zealand to fight, but it's definitely an uphill task.
Smart. Very smart. The long on had been moved to long off, and so easy to pick up that length again.
Phillips would like that boundary pretty early in his innings. Going back, what we have seen consistently with the New Zealand batters so far is they're far more comfortable hitting it off the back foot.
shift in field. Long on is positioned again.
This is a much better field for Akshar Patel. For a man who doesn't turn the ball much and just keeps getting in on the angle, long on, deep mid-wicket is a much safer and a stronger option.
He's got his man fuller and straighter. Akshar Patel is the impact man.
It's his home ground. There's not always that we speak a lot about this man, but he's one of the most underrated performers that India have had in a long, long time. In the previous World Cup, he played such a key role in the final. Yet again, he's showing his class with the ball. We saw what he did on the field last game. This time it's with the ball. He's making it count in front of everyone that he knows on the biggest play field. Akshar Patel, you are a superstar. You are so quiet in what you do, but so good and consistent and effective for Team India. Second wicket for him. Glenn Philip goes for 5. New Zealand 47 for the loss of...
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে, কামাইতেও হবে, জমাইতেও হবে।
জমাইতে তো পারি না।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো, সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান, শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান।
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস। উৎসবে ভালোবাসা
ম্যাক্স কোলা খুব ভালো খেতে, খেয়ে বলি
ম্যাক্স কোলার এমনই টেস্ট।
না খেলে বুঝবে কেমনে।
Well, another good over from Akshar Patel. 5 done, 47 for 3.
তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ।
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
কি বুকে বাংলাদেশ আর হাতে বিদেশি? এই যে হোয়াইট প্লাস প্রো সেনসিটিভ স্কয়ারে।
আরএফএল ক্লাস পাইপ নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ, তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ। পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা দিলাম।
Absolute magician he is. Very few people have had an answer to his skills. The highest quality, Akshar Patel himself, hitting Phillips bowled again. Has been his mode of dismissal through the tournament. India on their way to making history and being the first team to win back-to-back tournaments and win at home as hosts. New Zealand have got a mountain to climb. Wide run rates already up to 14 and they're 3 down. Brilliant. That Yorker we've seen so many times.
And this is a good move, giving him the second over. Just push New Zealand back. That'll be the aim early doors. They can knock over another one in power play. They'll feel they're in the driver's seat. Not that they're already. Real uphill task now for New Zealand. The slower ones will come into play. The Varun Chakravarti spin will be crucial.
Teenage that flies away and just falls short. Tilak Verma does so well to dive forward on this occasion.
And nearly another opportunity. Hustle is the message from the captain. The insight into this. Charging in Tilak Verma. Not quite there. Putting his face and teeth on the line. Great commitment. India going for the jugular here with Bumrah in his second over in the power play.
Look at the screen of umpire to think below waist height.
They're again looking to take pace off. think he'll keep doing that with Surfett on strike.
Well, the story of Glenn Phillips' tournament is had his hubs knocked over 4 times. Just looking to access both sides. Look at this stance. This in Colombo against England, and that today. Just running on for the 5th time in this tournament, beaten on the inside edge. Brilliant bowling, clever stuff from Akshar.
If anybody's going to keep it quiet, it's just been Bumrah. 5 runs from that over. It's 52 for 3 and time for a drinks break.
শান্তি প্রশান্তি ক্লিক ফ্যানের অ্যারোডাইনামিক ডিজাইনের অ্যালুমিনিয়াম ব্লেড ও ডাবল শিল্ডেড বল বেয়ারিং নিঃশব্দে বাতাস ছড়ায় পুরো ঘর জুড়ে। ক্লিক ফ্যান, প্রশান্তির হাওয়া ছড়িয়ে যাবে সবখানে।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। ম্যাচে প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে, কামাইতেও হবে, জমাইতেও হবে।
জমাইতে তো পারি না।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো, সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান, শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান।
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ।
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
25 বছর উদযাপনে 200 গ্রাম রাঁধুনি হলুদ ও মরিচের গোড়ায় 25 টাকা ছাড়। এত বছরের আস্থার বিনিময়ে এতটুকু ধন্যবাদ তো আমরা দিতেই পারি।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
আরএফএল SWR পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না। আরএফএল ছাড়া
আরএফএল SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস। পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
ভালো আছি মা।
তোমাকে বৌমা তো চলে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ চলে গেছে মানে? আবার বললেন কি হইব?
আরে মা, বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে।
কি ভাই, লোকাল ওয়াইফাই এর ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই? আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। রবি ওয়াইফাই মানেই এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ।
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিন ট্যাপ। ফিটিংস শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন।
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ।
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে, কামাইতেও হবে, জমাইতেও হবে।
জমাইতে তো পারি না।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো, সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান, শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান।
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। চিলক্স, প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150।
He's had some success at the bilateral series against South Africa. He was brilliant here against the South Africans a few months ago. That it is a ground generally that's been tough for spinners.
Yeah, well, what you'd see with him, he'll probably look to vary his pace here. He's normally not a big spinner of the ball. He targets the stumps. He's got to just take that pace off every now and then. As the ball's got a little older, it will hold into the surface. Might just grip as well.
It's interesting because, as you say, he targets the stumps, and there's just another example of it, and that's sort of what he's been known for. And he generally can bowl at pace as well, very quick, and he's quick onto you. But through the tournament, and certainly through the Super 8 and semi-finals, he's looked to bowl a little bit wider. And I wonder how much of that is a reaction to how South Africa played him. They were happy to expose their stumps against him and play him through the offside, and he seemed to have to change.
Well, they've had a great time. Some images of some celebrations of the Indians out there. They've had every reason to.
They need a big innings here from Seifert. There is so much responsibility on his shoulders. That is a wonderful strike.
Yeah, he has no choice, Owen, but to keep going.
Absolutely. It's a lovely strike of a cricket ball, lovely swing of a cricket bat. He's trying to get Varun Chakravarti off that fuller length. Chakravarti needs to stick with it. If he can continue to bowl that length and not back of a length, I think it'll be more effective. Sometimes you get bowlers to push hard and will come back. Chance, no. Varun Chakravarti spills the ball. I suspect Chapman would have been short or close. Ishan Kishan scrambled to save the two. I think an accurate throw and a gather from Chakravarti. Good bounce. Might have been tight. It just bounces out of his hands.
Another free swing of the bat for Seifert. It takes him to a half century. He needs a lot more. It's 68 for 3.
ক্লাস 5 নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ, তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ। পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি। রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। চিলক্স, ভ্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অনঅফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
Yeah, go back to Hardik Pandya and he's into the surface straight away.
I mentioned Surfeit having to keep that momentum going, because sometimes you're thinking too far ahead. Should I bat deep? And when things are going for you, just you keep going. That might help the non-striker as well, help the other batsman in the side, take some pressure off, keep the team in the hunt. You don't want to go further behind with that required rate at this stage. That's what England did well in that chase in Mumbai. In spite of losing wickets, they ensured that required run rate, which was over 12s, and never really shot up. See, you can pick your player of the tournament at the end of this. These are some of the contenders. Two playing today, Samson and Surfeit. Very interesting piece of trivia you told me, Matt, off air. Natalie mentioned that every time India has won a World Cup, that's 2007, 11, 24, 26, there's been a player of a Kerala origin, just one player in the side. Srishant 2007, 11, Samson 24, 26. Now I'll tell you something more.
I can't take credit for it though. I did read it on X, just by the way. Chops it on. He'd been bowling that harder length into the surface. And in the end, Chapman now gets an opportunity, he thought, to score some runs instead. It's another wicket for India.
Yeah, you could see it coming. The pressure was building on him. He got 3 runs of 8 balls, and he was looking to break free. And when you see this, he's looked to hit the ball a little too hard. The bat comes down at the angle, takes that inside edge, and goes back onto the stumps. So the New Zealand innings in further disarray now. They've lost their 4th wicket in the 8th over. It's 70-4.
এসডব্লিউআর পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না, আরএফএল ছাড়া
SWR Pipe and Fittings। পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
বাসায়
তোমাকে ছাড়া ইফতার করব।
আমাকে ছাড়া নাকি এই হালিম ছাড়া?
সবচেয়ে সুস্বাদু হালিম রাধুনী হালিম।
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে, কামাইতেও হবে জমাইতেও হবে।
জমাইতে তো পারি না।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ইসলামিক ডিপিএস খোলো, সপ্তাহে বা মাসে টাকা জমান, শরিয়া মোতাবেক মুনাফা পান।
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। আরএফএল বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী। একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
Well, it's a clever piece of bowling from Hardik Pandya. Pace on delivery, but it was the first of that over. And he went pace on into the wicket, going across the stumps, almost doing Chapman. Just in between, whether it was pace on or pace off. Clever stuff on a good surface to bat on.
India right on top at this stage. I mentioned, let me finish it off, and then just cast my mind back to 1983. Was there a player when India won its first World Cup? Yes, there was. One from Kerala origin. Sunil Monson. So there you go. And that, I think I'll get a free appam when I go to Trivandrum.
Eight overs gone at 72-4.
ইফতার থেকে সেহেরিতে কোটি কোটি প্রাণ আজ আস্থার ভালোবাসায় মেতেছে ফ্রুটোময় স্বাদে।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে, বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ,
আমেরিকান ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি।
Is it strong enough? No, it's not. What a time he's having in the field tonight. Kishan moves so quickly around and great awareness of the boundary.
Yes, he's on fire, Ishan Kishan. And it's the big wicket, that of Stafford. It's 52 from just 26. He couldn't believe it. He thought he'd placed it right. But Ishan Kishan, he was sprinting like a hare on the boundary. Covered very good ground. Very calm as he took it, and then very composed. Threw the ball up in the air just in case he thought he might have touched the rope. So there was good thinking there as well. And India all over New Zealand like a rash at the moment. It's 72 for 5.
সীমা, তোমাকে বৌমা চলে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ, চলে গেছে মানে? আবার বললেন কি হইব?
আরে মা, বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে। কি ভাই, লোকাল ওয়াইফাই এর ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই? আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। রবি ওয়াইফাই মানে এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ।
আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ, আমেরিকান ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ। ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
ব্যবসা করবা হালাল ভাবে, কামাইতেও হবে জমাইতেও হবে।
জমাইতে তো পারি না।
Well, one-way traffic in Ahmedabad all day today. It's a drag down for Chakravarti. Seifer tries to place it. Could have easily gone with power and tried to go over Ishan Kishan. It's a tidy